Smith. I'm here with the ISU Environmental Science Club, and we are teaching people about water quality today. I have a little bit of a demonstration that I'm showing people today, and it is the bugs that we can find in Otter Creek. And very few people know that you can actually look at the bugs living in a river or a stream or a lake to figure out the health of the river or stream or lake. So today we have some bugs that we collected, and we use these to rate the health of Otter Creek, and it actually scored a 2 out of a scale of 0 to 5. 0 being the worst, as in you don't even want to touch the water, 5 being absolutely pristine and gorgeous, go have fun. So Otter Creek's at a 2 right now, which a lot of the issues actually aren't, thankfully, nutrient pollution. We think a lot of the problems with the sediment. So if you look at the stream, it's really dark, it's brown, it has a lot of materials moving through it, and so that's kind of choking out the habitat where bugs and fish can live. So we're just teaching a little bit people about that today. We also have a craft where people can glue maple seeds together to make a little dragonfly and go throw it in the stream and help kind of populate the trees along the stream banks.
Trying to kill plants, we can rip them out of the ground. Now, every way you do this, every way has negatives. Taking it out of the ground is really handy. I did scale it up, put a longer handle on it so I didn't have to bend over so much. This is a cool tool. It scales up to go behind a D9 bulldozer, and you can pull trees out of the ground with them when they scale it up. But I got this, Everett McMichael. Went over to a 5-foot tulip poplar tree and pulled it right out of the ground. So a tulip doesn't have great root system, but they make it with a longer handle too. It's a little heavy, but if you like pulling, that's a really good option. Most of the plants we're fighting, if you get the root collar, we win. Occasionally for bush honeysuckle, if there's a root that's exposed on top of the ground, it has a different kind of bark on it. If you leave that root, it'll resprout. So any root that's out of the ground needs to get gone. Then there's cutting off. So I like this one because I don't bend down as much as I used to. I can get in and kind of cut with that. You can lop. There's all different sizes. I like the Mechanical Advantage ones. And then there's standoff for multiflora rows, especially when they get tall going up a tree. You can go in and lop them from a distance. But if you cut it off and don't get the root system out of the ground, it will come back. So you need to poison the stump. There's some ways of doing that. You can get a squirt bottle. There's some herbicides. There's ways to get just a little bit of herbicide on. This came out of a forestry supplier's catalog. There's a little valve right here in the bottom. There was a sponge that wore off, and you just go dab, and you've got a dab of herbicide right on the stump, right where you want it. You can use this, dab the stump, or you can actually put this as a foliar application. You just kind of wipe it over the plant.
These are not carp. They're carp suckers, which are actually in the sucker family. We have a high-fin carp sucker and a river carp sucker in here. carp are actually in the minnow family. They're the largest minnow. So see how his fin is so elongated here and it comes way back here? And then there's 3 species in this genus. And you can touch it. And see how this kind of comes to, their mouth comes to a little bit indentation, sort of like a point up there. That differentiates it from a quillback carp sucker. So this is a high fin, and then this is a river carp sucker, and his doesn't go as far back, all the way back here, as the other one. And he still has a little bit of an indentation on his mouth. And see all these bumps along his body? Right here, these are called tubercles, and it's another reproductive strategy for fish.
Yeah,
just all these little bumps.
Someone a scratch on the back.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
This is a northern hogsucker, and so they're in the same family as those previous fish. I've gotten really good at that. Took me 7 years, but I did it.
She was catching all sorts of fish yesterday.
So we did another outreach event yesterday, and something that someone asked is what makes a sucker a sucker. And so they don't have any spines in any of their fins, like how sunfish have spines in their top fin and everything. Suckers don't have any in any of their fins, and their mouth is below their head. It's all down here. It's called subterminal, and that's for their bottom feeders. So algae, detritus, some invertebrates or invertebrates.
So this would be an example of a fish that has a spine in their fins here. This is a spotted bass.
Is that a bass?
Yeah. This is a bass. It's a baby bass, so it's harder to tell in the juveniles.
I would probably call him a largemouth because he doesn't have he doesn't have spots on his belly, and even at this size, like small, very small bass, like spotted bass, have a very distinct spot back here, and largemouths don't.